What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back with another video, and today's video is a fun, ranking video. I want to talk about ranking the 2019 comic book movies of 2019, best to worst, and I even wrote a list to make sure that I actually know what I'm talking about. And I'll go more. The reason why I'm ranking them because I really want to talk about which ones were good and which ones were bad, and we're gonna start off with the comic book 2019 movies of this year, and I really want to talk about them in depth and things like that. And I've seen all of them, so I could talk about it and go more in depth with the movies and things like that, which one I like and which one I don't like. So we're gonna start off with, and it's only been 8 of them this year. Yeah, to make sure there was only 8 comic book movies this year, so I will start from the top. So number 8 is gonna be Hellboy. Hellboy was a bad movie. That's just simple. Man, I don't know what to tell you guys. Hellboy was really, really bad. It was very disappointing, and I would not, in my personal opinion, I would not tell you guys to go see it, or do not rent it, or do not buy it. It was messy. It was horrible. If you don't know, it flopped at the box office. I saw it in the movie theaters, and I just walked off 30 minutes. I walked off the movie theater. I was out. This was so bad. I just couldn't handle it. It was really, really bad. It was a rated R movie, so it was even worse. So it was a bad rated R movie. So Hellboy is number 8 because of that reason. Number 7 is going to be the 7th one, Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix was bad. It was really, really bad because if you're comparing, because you gotta realize, if you guys are I know some of you guys are comic book fans, you don't understand that Dark Phoenix is supposed to be on the same level as Infinity War and Endgame. Endgame is adapting the Infinity Gauntlet comic book storyline, and Dark Phoenix is supposed to be like Jean Grey is supposed to be like the female Thanos. Like, she's supposed to kill everybody. There's death, destruction, there's violence, there's emotion. It's a really, really dark, demonic story. And in the comic books, there's 6 different comic book Dark Phoenix sagas, and the problem is that when Fox put this out there, they didn't develop these movie characters. They didn't develop Jean Grey. They didn't develop Charles Xavier. They had Charles Xavier and Magneto, but they were on that girlfriend-boyfriend type of relationship. And then Wolverine, Hugh Jackman was probably the best part of all those X-Men movies. So they have not developed the X-Men as a whole, and they didn't even develop them in general to do the Dark Phoenix saga. And when they did the Dark Phoenix saga the first time in X-Men Last Stand, it was so bad and so messy that it destroyed the franchise. And Dark Phoenix was just a bad movie. That's just simple. If you're comparing to Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, it was really, really bad. They spent $300 million. And again, I know it's owned by Disney, and this is before Disney acquired Fox, whatever, and those are all these issues and things like that. But Dark Phoenix was just a bad movie, guys, and I would not recommend it. And I would just say wait until Disney do the X-Men reboot version of. I say just wait until Disney does their X-Men reboot version of it. And personally, me, I wouldn't go see it, and this is why it's number 7. Number 6 is Glass. Glass was pretty good. I think it's a split from it's a sequel from Split and all the other Sean Schemmel type movies and things like that. Glass, I was it was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. The ending was kind of what the F, you feel me? You're wow, it was super messy. Not messy, it was just okay, kind of throws you off a loop. But as a comic book movie, it was pretty enjoyable. It wasn't bad, it was okay. They put on January this year, so I wasn't okay, I was bored. It was dark. It was pretty demonic. It was pretty grounded. And, Glass was okay. I mean, I'll give it a C-. But if you were bored, I say check it out if you really want to. I really wouldn't. But, hey, that's your opinion. So, number 5 is Shazam. I really like Shazam. As a DC movie, I know it did okay or above average. I think it did enough to be profitable for Shazam. Shazam, I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. I like Shazam. I thought it was a really fun movie coming off the Snyderverse and, the Snyderverse and Zack Snyder's vision, things like that. I thought Shazam was very, very kiddish. I liked it a lot. It was lighthearted. I liked the adoption family type thing, the Shazam family. It was a really fun, enjoyable, really fun, enjoyable movie. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And that's why, in my personal opinion, I give it number 5 because it was. The problem with Shazam is that it was just super kiddish. That's what turned off a lot of people. It was really, really cartoonish. It was PG-13, super, not even PG. It was You know how the Marvel movies are made for PG-13 and older? This was made for 10-year-olds. That's really it. So overall, Shazam is on my number 5. Captain Marvel, let's go to number 4. Captain Marvel, I liked her. Again, I think her movie was really rushed. I enjoyed it. And the problem with I like Captain Marvel. I liked it. I still think here's the thing. Captain Marvel is a better feminist film than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a better comic book film than Captain Marvel. That's the thing. Captain Marvel is a white female feminist film. Wonder Woman is more of a comic book film. You know what I mean? For a female film, I would say Captain Marvel is better at that feminist film. And even the producers and directors came out and said this was a feminist film. And when you guys watch it, Captain Marvel is a feminist film. Overall, I enjoyed it. The movie felt very rushed. It felt like they put it, like it was copy and paste. They kind of just did things at the last minute. I felt like her movie was pretty good. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Again, it's not better than Black Panther, obviously, but overall, Captain Marvel, I enjoyed her movie. There was certain things I'm just like, I was kind of iffy with how they made the Skrulls illegal aliens, how they made those Kree warriors, border guard members and Trump supporters and things like that. Jude Law was pretty much Trump, pretty much. Like, that's pretty much the concept of it. And she's like the great white feminist female Superman type character. And that's pretty much Captain Marvel. I enjoyed it. Again, they put her at the last minute. And if you really watch Endgame, she's barely in Endgame, so you kind of know what's happening. I give Captain Marvel a number 4 of my ranking. Number 3 was Joker of this year. I just saw it last week. Joker, I like it. It was dark and demonic. It felt more realistic, felt more grounded. Joker is not for everybody. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. I say you should go see it. It feels more of an artsy film, independent, artsy-fartsy type movie. It's really dark and demonic. It's not made for everybody, but I say check it out. I will give Joker a 3 because it just was, as a character study, it was really good, really good. And as a Joker villain, I thought Joaquin Phoenix hit it really, really good. So I will give Joker, since it's an independent film, I will give it a 8 out of 10. That's just my personal opinion. And again, it depends what you are into. Are you into these type of movie? If you're not, I say go skip it and then just wait till and see something else. That's just my personal opinion. So, okay, Spider-Man. So, number 2 is going to be Spider-Man Far From Home. I thought this was the second best movie because I like Mysterio as a villain. I think Mysterio is one of the best villains in the MCU. I think he's in the same conversation as Thanos, Loki, and Killmonger. I thought he was really good. I liked how he manipulated Spider-Man, acting like, oh, we're cool. I'm part of the Avengers. I'm part of the team and things like that. He played like a good guy. But then you find out that he was jealous of Tony Stark because he stole his tech and he tried to use it, the tech and all that, against Spider-Man and his friends. And then when Spider-Man gives the glasses to Mysterio, he was trying to manipulate people and become the next hero. But then you find out the post-credit scene, the end, is that he did all this, his death and his, all this chaos to reveal Peter Parker's identity. And then hopefully in Spider-Man 3, we get Kraven the Hunter, we get the Sinister Six, we get all these different villains trying to go after the family, the friends, and really attack Peter Parker and clap back at him. And I thought Spider-Man Far From Home was the second best movie. And then number 1 is Avengers Endgame. Obviously, you guys know that Avengers, I thought, was probably my favorite comic book movie of this year. I think it's one of the best movies ever made, in my personal opinion. It's just not even comic book movies. I think it's one of the best movies ever made. You have the 6 Avengers trying to go back in time to redo everything Thanos does. They're adapting the Infinity Saga, Infinity Gauntlet comic book storyline. It's coming after Infinity War. Everyone's still going through emotion, things like that. And I still feel like when you watch Endgame, it feels like a comic book come to life. It felt like the most non-grounded comic book movie ever. I love how they had the war. You had the Wakandans, the Wakandan, the sorcerers, the Asgardians coming out the portal fighting Thanos. It was like watching the 4th Great Ninja War. You had Thanos, which was pretty much a fairy tale Dragon Ball Z villain. Thanos was pretty much Zera, Acnologia, and Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, mixed in one. Because his whole goal was pretty much, I'm going to use this magic glove to blow up the universe and create a new universe. That was his pretty much goal, and I loved it. I love, certain things with Thanos, I was kind of like, okay, Infinity War, you actually made sense, and Endgame, you're just like a generic anime fairy tale Dragon Ball Z villain. But overall, I was fine with it. It was cool. I know the Russo brothers, they're like hardcore geeks and nerds like me, and they're like super hardcore anime fans. So I was okay with it. Overall, Endgame, I feel like it was the best movie of this year. It made 2.8 billion. People loved it. It beat Avatar. It sets up Spider-Man Far From Home really, really good. And I just feel like it's the #1 comic book movie of this year. And those are my reasons why. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys have a different ranking list? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Just comment below and let me know what you guys think. Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more comic book, anime, manga, video game, comic book news. Let me know in the comment section below. Peace and have a great day.